20 years later from the release, the skateboarding game genre is kind of dead. Tony Hawk's contract is up with Activision, and the world is a sad, sad place. And on September 4th of the same year, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 will be remastered to the public on PlayStation 4, Xbox, Switch, and PC. I was definitely excited for this game due to it defining me, and hell, I even made a fucking video out of it. So this game I was very, very excited for, and was one of the motivations behind making this YouTube video. Now, the biggest concern for most fans, including myself, was how the game was going to play after multiple incredibly disappointing Tony Hawk games. Tony Hawk's Ride, Tony Hawk's Shred, Pro Skater HD, and the abomination that is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5. Most of those coming from the developer Robomoto. Now, Neversoft has been closed for 6 years now, and Robomoto having constant bad games, Activision turns to Vicarious Visions for the remaster. Vicarious Visions had many previous Tony Hawk titles under their belt, all the way from Pro Skater 2 to Proving Ground. The only issue was that they were all portable versions of the game, ranging from Game Boy Advance to DS to mobile phones. But they have made absolutely incredible games for the original Xbox, including the Star Wars Jedi Knight series, which is a series that I love. Spider-Man 1 and 2, which, I mean, that set the blueprint for the incredible swinging physics that are in the current Spider-Man games. And Doom 3, as well as many more. Vicarious Vision was pretty much like a sister company to Neversoft, being responsible for many ports of the games like Tony Hawk and Guitar Hero. So fans' worries should have gone out the window. Obviously, fans still worry, as in the general Tony Hawk series seemed to fade away from the release of Project 8 and the closure of Neversoft. Fans never thought that they would get this game series that they love very much back. Thankfully, Vicarious Visions delivered.
Thanks. Have a good day.
Don't tell me what to do.
It felt like the game series was back. The game scored no lower than an 88 out of 100 on review sites, as well as no lower than 8 out of 10, which roughly the same thing. The game has 21 playable skaters.
This game can legally drink.
As well as 3 other secret skaters. The game includes the original roster from the 2 games, but updated to match their age and appearance nowadays. The game also added some new skaters as well, including Leo Baker, Tyshawn Jones, Aori Nishimura, and Shane O'Neill, as well as returning characters from some of the Robomoto games, Nyjah Houston, Riley Hawk, and Lizzie Romano. Sadly, Spider-Man did not come back, likely due to a licensing issue. Officer Dick came back, voiced by Jack Black. The game included most of the original soundtrack, as well as 37 new songs. The game is 2 games combined into one, and you are freely able to go from one game to the other using the same skater in either their newest outfits or the outfits from the original game. The game features remasters and touched-up versions of every map included in the originals. So, when you load up the screen, you see Skate Tours, Multiplayer, Creative Park. Now, Skate Tours means the 2 games. You pretty much just go back and forth between the 2 games, and you have the option to play either ranked mode through multiplayer or free skate. Now, with the amazing world of online gameplay and multiplayer being literally the biggest thing ever, the multiplayer playlist consists of a quick playlist, which is similar to a regular multiplayer match in games like Call of Duty and Halo. Quick play has 2 ways to play, Jams and Competitive, which, if you're a person like me, you very much enjoy esports. Jams is like a casual multiplayer where you can pit your skills against others, like you in a multiplayer setting, like a team deathmatch or a domination from Call of Duty. Competitive is, well, competitive.
Who would have thought?
It says this is where the pros live. And well, with the rise of esports and popularity of video game competitiveness within video games is at an all-time high. So in the words of the game, be prepared to skate or die. Local multiplayer is up next, and that is like the classic multiplayer where you play your brother or your friends and you're trying out the screen peak like a GoldenEye.
That's oddly specific.
So that you can prove you're better. And lastly, private match, and well, that's pretty self-explanatory nowadays. Creative Park is similar to how it was in Skate 3. You make a park, you post online, people can download it. Yeah, pretty much like Skate 3. So the creative skater is amazing with how it is nowadays. You have so many options. You have the option to customize your board, your outfit, your complete facial hair, your hair, skin color, makeup, facial hair, and a fucking mask. Let's not forget tattoos and changing your voice. All of these were features in the last game, and now, 20 years later, the customization world is just tremendous. With how many games have customization, nearly, I'd say 80% of them. Now for the gameplay, I think this is probably the most Tony Hawk feeling gameplay since Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. I think the gameplay is smooth, it honors the originals, and it doesn't feel kind of like anti-gravity cheat kind of thing. The levels look amazing, and just everything looks amazing about this game. It looks like it's honorable to the originals. Now, when I got this game, I played it for 6 or 7 hours straight. I beat it in one night. I even hopped on multiplayer. I felt so happy playing this game. I felt like a kid again. Back at my dad's old house, sitting on the carpet in the living room on our big tube TV, and just playing Tony Hawk's Underground, Pro Skater, American Wasteland, like all those games when I was a kid. I just felt that again. And that's, I think, what they wanted for this game. I think Vicarious Visions and Activision wanted this, and I really hope that it can help define more people and bring a new light into the world for skateboarding and show people that it is still a positive light. Hopefully with these remasters, this means that we can get remasters of 3 and 4. 4 being the directional change into the Tony Hawk franchise, and eventually maybe an Underground remaster. I think an Underground remaster would be absolutely amazing. I don't see why they wouldn't do it. I mean, knowing Activision, they're really keen on these remasters, but they don't like going in order. So maybe Underground is the next game to go up. That was the first game with the story mode, get off your board, and I think it would work really well. I just hope they don't cut any content, like Resident Evil 3. I know that wasn't Activision, but, hopefully this opens a world for, remasters for more Tony Hawk games, or even a new Tony Hawk game. I really don't know where they would go from here. If it's another story-driven game, you got to compete with the likes of Skate from their story game. That's the one thing that killed the Tony Hawk franchise, besides Tony Hawk Ride and Shred, was Skate. It changed the skateboarding video game genre, and also kind of helped kill it because it was so advanced. Now there's more advanced games like Session and Skater XL, but hopefully this means more remasters or a new Tony Hawk game in the future. Honestly, if you've never played a Tony Hawk game, I'd say that the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 remaster is a good way to get into the series. You don't have to go and download emulators or play on old consoles. You got it on your next gen or on the PC. I recommend after you play the remasters, diving straight into the Tony Hawk series. It's a great time to explore what helped define the early 2000s, and hell, maybe your parents too.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 Remaster was pretty honorable to the originals. Probably the best Tony Hawk game since American Wasteland and Project 8. Now I hope they don't have a game with the number 3 in it, because I'm Valve and I'm afraid of the number 3. What's that knocking? Do you hear that knocking?